Well, yesterday sucked. Well, not even really all of yesterday. I mean, it was really just the last 6 hours. We experienced obviously a big flash crash in the market. BTC dropped, it drug assets across the space with it. That's what happens. Liquidity pools are set up. They work that way. When one asset, especially BTC, drops, it's going to drag assets with it, especially at times of high correlation. And that's where we're at right now. We can obviously see that ADA corrected. It actually dropped down to 52 cents. And then guess what? It bounced back up. 55 cents. BTC bounced off of it. It's dropped to, I believe, 41K at 40,007 right in there. And it's back up above 42K right now, showing some signs of strength, which is great. It actually came down and tested its 20-day moving average. So retests are important, right? When you get into higher levels like this, it's important that you go through some consolidation, some retests to show what kind of support we actually have there. Now, the interesting thing about this is I had someone that has been commenting heavily that's been saying, yeah, ADA is going to drop and go through a huge retracement. It's going to set in a 3-year low. And no, I don't believe it is. Okay. As always, this is not financial advice. It's not what we do here on the channel. But right now, I don't think ADA makes a 60+% drop from here. Okay. This simply is not in the cards. And I'm not sure where it's coming from. You referenced Bollinger Band, but you need to look at all the metrics. You need to look at all the indicators. And right now, indicators are actually pointing bullish. Everything's been on a positive side. Yes, we're way above this 20-day moving average. We should be closer, right? I'd love to see a more sustainable move. But ADA's now at a time where it, again, should be gaining against BTC. It should be gaining more momentum here, and it has been, all right? And it's funny because he said, oh, yeah, if you would have sold, you would have saved yourself 20%. I don't really care about that. At this time, I'm not liquidating anything. Right now, this is the move that I'm looking at. 120% up from one of the areas that I bought. I bought in several areas when it comes to ADA. But I'm not playing games with the market right here. I am not going to try to be smarter than the charts because that's how you get wrecked, right? It's the same reason why I think people that are opening up short positions up here, they're not setting themselves up well. They are not setting themselves up well because guess what? The bull market confirmation is about to happen, even with this drop that we saw today. The approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs is about to happen. Major implications there in the market. A win in the Ripple v. SEC case could literally happen at any time. You could wake up one morning and say, oh yeah, Ripple, big win against the SEC. And guess what? Charts could be soaring, right? I don't play games right now when we're heading into a bull market cycle. I'd rather just leave my money. I'd also rather save myself the 20%. And this is not tax advice either. Where I'm at, there's a difference between short-term capital gains and long-term capital gains. And when you get up into the higher brackets, it's like 20%. Okay. I'm going to save myself 20% by not dicking around. All right. And playing games. Now, BTC right now has, again, still shown a lot of strength. When we look at the monthly chart, right, BTC is up into that range where we're going to likely get a bull market confirmation. You can see it's happened historically. Excuse me. We technically got one back here. This was kind of a weird extended drop in the bull market. You can technically call a little closer here if you want, wherever back there. But this is more so mimicking what we saw in 2015. Periods of flatness, some growth, but an explosion to end the year. And that was before a little bit of a drop in January. But again, if we stick around that 40K range in terms of BTC, like we've talked about, then it's possible we could also explode to begin the year. There's, again, a lot of white swan events, a lot of catalysts that could trigger essentially a crypto super cycle, right? Now, he also said that during this time, ADA is going to lose dominance against BTC. No, it won't. All right. This is historically where assets should be gaining strength against BTC, 100%. And guess what? They're doing just that. ADA is gaining dominance against BTC, as it should be, right? Historically, ADA is right on pace with where it should be. This is what happened in the last market cycle, and he said history is not important. It 100% is, all right? Assets gain strength against BTC running into the halving, all right? The halving is only 4.5 months away, guys. 5 months, whenever it's happening in April, right? And assets should climb into the halving. This right here laid out is what we experienced going into the halving last time. And right now, ADA's right on pace with that. Theoretically, it should trade sideways in the ADA BTC pairing, which means that there's going to be a heavy correlation with BTC. Whether BTC moves up, moves down, ADA's going to be there right along with it until probably about January, right? Sometime in January, it's likely to decorrelate. It's likely to climb against BTC as are most other assets in the space until about the halving. And then we should see a correction. We should see BTC gain strength for a little bit, couple months, and then assets should take off again, right? Looking at history is important. You got to pay attention to all the metrics. You got to pay attention to all the indicators because you're missing big portions of the story. All right. Yes, we experienced a flash crash in the market yesterday. It wasn't even a big one, right? $150 million in 45 minutes is a drop in the bucket compared to what we've experienced. But I want to remind people of something. This goes both ways. Although we experienced a flash crash to the downside, long positions liquidated, you can just as easily see a bounce out of these ranges. You can see short positions liquidated at a very fast rate. All it takes is capital flowing the other way. That's why I think people that are trading on leverage right now, you're playing a very dangerous game. And again, it's not financial advice. You can do what you want, but you are playing a very dangerous game moving forward here. We're getting into times of high volatility, low liquidity at these levels, and charts are going to move fast. There's a possibility that you could be liquidated. Just know that risk is always there. But I appreciate you guys. Just wanted to provide some clarity there. This was a long, ongoing conversation. And I wanted to tell you guys what I'm looking at and what I'm paying attention to here. If we go through further retracements, fine, great. I'm going to buy more. If we continue to rise, awesome. We're following the direction that we should be seeing anyways. So I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Show your support below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.